Peloton up 5%.
What's up, disciplined investor?
We got Benzinga CEO Jason Raznick here with us.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Nash.
Peter Schiff on the Power Hour with us live today. Interesting, different, unique, innovative companies. Mia, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Jessica Billingsley, that is the CEO of Akerna, the best trade idea resource out there. Yo, what is up, everybody? Happy Friday. Woo! We made it. We did it. That's right. Another week that we made it through, guys. Take some time today. Let's smile. Let's laugh. Let's have some fun. I think let's keep the trend going, guys. You know that we do this for ZingerNation. That's all of you out there in the chat. That's why we're out here every single day. And all day tomorrow, I'll be here standing at my little desk from 9 to 5 doing the boot camp. So let's keep the user calls going, guys. I love it. We had some fun yesterday. My favorite call that we got in from ZingerNation yesterday was somebody who called in to say, I have nothing to talk about. Classic. But yeah, I mean, let's kick it off with a couple of calls here in a minute. Before we do that, I'm going to start the way that I start every single day, which is to remind you guys of the point of this show, right? We want this to be the best trade idea resource out there. That's what we're going for, guys. So if we're not delivering on ideas, we're not helping you become a better investor, we're not giving some education, tell us, call us out, let us know, because we want to make sure that we deliver for ZingerNation. But all right, guys. So we're gonna kick it off with a couple user calls. Can we get that phone number up there, please, producer Rohan? And then y'all know that I shorted Planet Fitness into earnings yesterday, so we're gonna talk about managing that trade a little bit. We're gonna talk Palantir, of course. We're going to do a little bit of hedging, right? I got a little bit spooked yesterday. I mean, I've been spooked for a little bit. So we're going to do talk some hedging. 12:15 Eastern, we're bringing on Ripster. That's right. Rippy is coming back live. Ripster with his friend PharmDCA. Two awesome Twitter accounts and traders. So we're going to be talking to them. At 1 o'clock, we got Robert Ross joining the show. And then at 1:30, Jeff Ransdell. So that's actually a VC manager. I don't think we've had a venture capital manager on this show yet. So we're going to be doing that at 1:30, talking some private investing and that sort of thing. So, but all right, guys, what's up? Okay, I see y'all putting in some other tickers. Yeah, drop in tickers too. I think that we're going to have some time today to cover some other stocks. It just comes down to whether or not Jason joins. Jason doesn't join, we'll have time to cover your stocks. If he does join, we'll hear about his trip in Florida for an hour. But Rohan, do we have some zingers on the line?
We don't have zingers on the line, but we will in a couple seconds. I don't doubt it. Guys, smash that phone number. It's popping up. I'm going to leave it up for 5 seconds.
All right, we need to get some music in while we wait.
3, 2, 1. I'm pulling it down.
Da, 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 da,
I'm surprised we don't have calls rolling in already.
Did you just leave the phone number on for too short? You know, you got to leave it up there for the people.
Yesterday, I left it on for like 5 seconds, and I had like 15 phone calls.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hello?
Is this Benzinga?
This is Benzinga.
Oh yeah, I want to be on with Luke so bad.
This is he. What's up? What's up?
Dude, why do you drink the Diet Pepsis?
I gotta watch my figure, man. I was raised on it.
You look great. You look great, and they say the TV adds 10 pounds. You look wonderful. Don't.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, I do have coffee today. I was gonna crack the energy drink in a little bit, but you're saying just go for the full sugar version.
Yeah. If you're gonna drink that shit at all, you might as well drink regular because the diet's no good for you.
All right, there it is. Monday. Are you gonna be tuned in Monday?
I've been tuning in since last year when it was just Triple D and Spence in the morning. So seeing you guys grow like this has been fantastic. I love it.
And check this out. So
LGHL. That's the only thing I want to ask about, and I'll get off. Thank you, guys. Keep it up. Can't wait to see you on Real TV.
Wait, what's your name? Okay, never mind. We didn't get a name, but appreciate you.
There we go. All right. So we got two takeaways from that call, guys. First things first. I'm just gonna try to share my screen in a second here. But first things first. I've got to get off the diet sodas. He said my figure looks fine. So maybe I'll start hitting the regulars next week. We'll see. That might kick me up to another level though. I already
pick
get
up the
yelled
next
at
one?
for doing too much energy, but then
Should we pick up
LGHL,
the next
yeah,
one?
yeah, let's do that, and then we'll look at LGHL.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, you're on the ZingerNation Power Hour. How's it going?
No fucking way. I got it.
Hey. Hey. What's your name? Tell us a little bit.
Luke, I watch y'all every day. My name's Dom.
Hell yeah, man. We
Dom.
appreciate the support. That's what ZingerNation is all about.
Drop a like for Dom.
That's fucking awesome, guys.
But
Love hearing from y'all.
give us the stock you like.
Keep doing it. I'm on Torch right now. TRCH.
There we go.
TRCH, baby. I'm in it. Let's go. Let's run that torch
Yes,
up.
sir.
Yeah, we need that torch to run up.
Yes, sir. Hot Stocks Luke. Appreciate y'all.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate you calling in.
No problem.
All right, guys. All right. How was that? You guys like the user calls? I think it's a blast. If you guys like the dial-ins from ZingerNation, throw me the one in the chat. If not, throw me the two. I think it's a good way to start the show every day. It sort of gets my energy up, tells me to get off the diet sodas, not drink that shit anymore. But yeah, let's go. All right. Let's talk stocks a little bit, guys. All right, we got a lot of ones. Internet Enforcers doesn't like the calls. We need to get Internet Enforcers to call in at some point. But overall, okay. All right, we got some ones. Somebody else has got diet tips for me. I'll take that too. But all right, let's look at this LGHL stock. I don't know a ton about this thing, unfortunately. I'm no Jim Cramer knowing every stock. Let's see. Okay, Lion Group Holding, asset management company, wealth management, risk management. Offers CFD trading. Okay, I don't really know a ton about the company. But if they do retail brokerage operations, then I love it. I'm writing it down and putting it on the research list. We'll have more on it next week. LGHL. As if you guys recall, I think I made my most compelling pitch all year last week, and my pitch was for the online brokerage stock. Shout out Tiger. Look at Tiger's running again today, up another 20%. That thing's sort of the outlier, but also like we pitched Schwab and a couple others. But basically my pitch for the online brokerages is that we can track from Benzinga.com the number of people clicking from Benzinga to go and open a brokerage account. That number literally 4x'd when GameStop happened, and it still hasn't slowed down. I mean, it's been like a month. And the number of people who are opening brokerage accounts from our site still has not slowed down. And so I love the online brokerage stocks for that reason. I think they're going to announce massive, like just totally blowout quarters, right? I think they're going to have awesome user counts. The revenue might take a little bit to get there, but that leading indicator, the number of users, the number of assets they have under management, I think is going to fly. So there's the deal there. So, all right, LGHL, we'll look at that one. Torch, let's look at Torch too for a second here. We're getting dunked a little bit in Torch, but I always stand up and back my man Hugh. Ryan, this one with him. He initially pitched the stock from like $1.20 or something like that. He pitched on this show from $2.40, still above both of those levels, off of the highs. I'm sort of counting on Hugh's due diligence and him to drop some more DD. So I'm still hanging out riding into the Torch. And let's talk about Planet Fitness, PLNT. All right. And can we get the soundboard rolling, Rohan? Thank you, sir. All right. So here's a 5-day. Here's the 2-day chart on Planet Fitness. So I'll go through the thesis, and then I'll also talk about what happened. But basically, in the live account, the live brokerage account that we look at every single day, we did make a trade on Planet Fitness yesterday, 2 days ago. Basically, I bought the $75 strike puts. They're 30 days out. So these are the March puts on this stock into earnings. And basically, here was the thesis. The thesis was the company gets 30% of all of their new signups for a year in January. And because they didn't have social mentions, we looked at this really nifty chart. Let me see if I can find it. We looked at this nifty image. I got to go to my tweets. All right, bear with me. But basically, we looked at the social mentions that the stocks has seen this January, right? This is a 10-year chart. See all these big humps? We brought out on hump day. We're calling them humps. All these big spikes up in social mentions. They didn't have that this January. And given that 30% of their new accounts come from that start of the year New Year's resolution crowd, we went ahead and hit this thing. We said that the earnings report was going to be bad. In the past, the company had said, let's see. In the past, the company had said that they want to get up to 14.4 million customers. They said now that they don't know if they're going to get there or not this year. That's obviously a bearish thing. But the numbers weren't horrible on the quarter. If we look at the numbers, right? So they missed EPS a little bit, 17 versus 22. They missed sales a little bit, 134 versus 137. This is Benzinga Pro that I'm checking this out on. And the stock's down a little bit, right? It's not doing a ton for us. It's down 2.5%. We're sort of in sort of this sideways part of the day now, right? It's noon. So we are going to be closing this trade today. I can say that with almost certainty. And again, I own the 75 strike puts that are a month out. We're up a little bit, like 5% on the trade, basically flat for an options trade, right? And so if the stock starts trickling higher throughout the day, or gets a decent bit of upward momentum into the close, we'll be locking it down. Ideally, we'd like to see it come under a little bit of pressure into the close. People want to get rid of it before the weekend. There is going to be new analyst research that comes out on the stock on Monday. It's Sunday night, Monday morning. Analysts will be coming out with their new price targets, their upgrades, downgrades on the stock, that sort of thing. So there may be some downward pressure of people who don't want to hold it through that period. So we'll see. We'll probably be closing this one today. It's like whatever. So there's the deal on that one. And let's talk about Palantir for a minute here too. PLTR. We've got some breaking Benzinga news desk reporting on Palantir. So stock is ripping today after Kathy Wood doubled down on it, but got more of the stock. And then there was a rumor that came out. There was a rumor that came out that said that Melvin Capital, that's right, the villain of the GME story, came out and shorted the stock. That happened, maybe like 15 minutes or so before we came on this show. I scrambled with our news desk to try to figure out, is that actually true? I could not imagine Melvin saying, we want more, bring it to us, right? Because Palantir actually has more Wall Street bets mentions than GameStop does now. I think it's the first time that GameStop has been toppled as the most mentioned stocks since this whole thing happened. So I was like, holy crap. Is Melvin saying, we want more, bring it to us? Round two, baby. They did not. It's all indications is that Melvin Capital is not actually short this stock. It's a rumor circulating on Twitter right now. The rumor was started from a fake Twitter account. So that part we were able to confirm that the account that said that was a fake account. That seems like it's one that got totally picked up. So do we know for certainty that Melvin is not shorting the stock? No. Do we know for certainty that the rumor started from a fake account? Yes. So don't be filled there. And yeah. I see D Train Choo Choo. All right, shout out. That's a good name. First day for that one. But D Train saying, yeah, no way Melvin states that. Totally agreed. Right? There's no way that they would throw anything like that out there. So again, do we know definitively that they are not short the stock? No. Do we know definitively that the rumor started from a fake account? Yes. So there's where we are on Palantir. And let's see, what else should we talk? All right. It's time. It's 12:15. We have some big guests to bring you guys. We've got a returning favorite of the chat. We've got a new guest who's going to be joining us who runs an amazing Twitter account. Let's get the drum rolls going, and then let's bring them onto the stream here. Boom. All right. My mouse was not fast enough. I'm a little slow today. All right, but there we go. Ripster, PharmDCA. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Power Hour.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's up? How are you guys doing?
Doing good, Luke. How are you doing?
Doing well. It's Friday. I woke up today. I said, I'm just going to take today to smile, have some fun, laugh a little bit, and talk some stocks. So
Let's talk stocks.
Yeah.
How's your day? What's your trading today?
So better than yesterday, right? I got I don't know about you guys. I got hammered yesterday. I made a really ballsy move. I bought GameStop into the close or after hours on what day? Wednesday. Basically, my thesis was, the community might make a last stand and try to run this thing up as soon as Roaring Kitty comes on, or as soon as the testimony is going on. They did a little bit, didn't work, got hammered in that one. So I don't know. I'm looking better today than I was yesterday. How about you guys?
Meme stocks are
done. I think the last several days were the buying opportunities. I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have the market volatility spiking up. I think if you like certain good companies, that's a time when you accumulate shares. And I think that's what I was doing last 3 days or so, especially like some of my fave tech stocks and bio stocks, and they're doing well today.
All right. Can you give us a couple of these names that you were accumulating?
One of the device company, DMTK.
All right, hold on. DMTK, I got that. Dermtech, is that right?
Yes, been holding this company from mid-teens. Especially, I jumped in heavily after seeing the results. And why I like this company, this is basically a diagnostic company for skin cancer. So basically, before these results, we have skin biopsies for detecting skin cancer, and that's very painful, very invasive. Well, in comparison to this company, basically what this company does is the technology. You put that sticker on the skin and collect skin cells, and then those skin cells are basically sent to lab for further testing. So no invasive, skin biopsies anymore. And if you look at the market cap, it's I think it's pretty cheap. It's still trading around $2 billion market cap. And then I think the addressable market for this company is anywhere from 5 to 10 billion. So I think there's a huge opportunity. And I still believe that the stocks could see 150 to 200 plus in the long run. And then one example, if you want to make a comparison, look at Exact Sciences, EXAS. They are trading at roughly $23 billion right now. And then they basically, same thing for detection of colon cancer instead of doing colonoscopy. So $23 billion, and this company, DMTK, just trading at $2 billion. I think shares are very cheap, and I continue to accumulate anytime it dips below 70s, 60s, wherever it's. I think I'm going to continue to load up on shares, and I believe very cheap company.
Yeah, definitely. And today it broke out of this flag and I took a position at 74 this morning, alerted. It tried to break out over 80 today, pulling back here, but I expect the breakout to happen once again. And the swing target, long-term target is 150, of course, how Farm is saying, but I think once we are over this 80, it bases over the 80, and 100 should be coming quick, because the market cap is just 2 billion right now, and based upon this skin cancer patches, right? And we were talking to some dermatologists, even my followers who were talking to me about this. It's way better than the invasive skin cancer treatment. It's just a patch, right? Right, Farm? It's a patch, right?
This is a sticker you basically put on the skin, collect the sample, and then send it to their testing labs, which is just checking, just putting the sticker and, taking it off maybe like 30 minutes. Very simple, not painful, not invasive compared to what's being done in the past, the skin biopsy. So that's why I think this is very good for patients, and the accuracy is very good, 99% accurate results. So that's huge. And I think what's going to happen is, as we proceed, more and more insurance companies, they're going to reimburse this over skin biopsy. So that's why I'm huge. I have a big position on DMTK.
So let me ask you this, right? Because I don't trade the like a lot of the biotech stocks and a lot of the smaller pharma stocks because I'm scared, right? For no other reason than, I think about, I don't really have any competitive advantage. I don't understand the science behind them or anything along those lines.
Luke,
so
you don't have edge.
Over that.
You don't have edge, is what you're trying to say.
Or balls, yep. But yeah, edge.
being on Twitter, I hear that thing. I think on daily basis, that I don't have the biotech background, and it's very scary. I don't think that's true. I think a lot of information is on net. You can search and you can go to the individual company websites. You can look into their pipeline. You can look into the management, and you can look at past data. But my philosophy, as I invest in biotechs for almost 10 years, is that you have to be very selective with biotechs. You had to just avoid binary events, because that's a straight gamble. So that's where people lose a lot of money, because they're trying to make quick money, but that's 50-50. So the best thing is, like, I mostly, most of my portfolio is in oncology, eye disease, and then medical devices like DMTK. And then once you see the data, then you can slowly build your position for long term. And that's what I do. And then a lot of my stock picks are early, like $2, $3, $4 range, after I did my due diligence and making sure, the company looks solid. I think biotechs, it's a good sector to invest in, and it does give you a lot of swing trades also around your core position. And that's my strategy throughout last 3-4 years is if I believe in a company, I have a certain core position, and then when the stock is dipping, I continue to buy the dips and then sell the spikes. And that strategy really worked for me. Okay.
And let me ask you one follow-up question. So when you're doing due diligence on these companies, right? Let's say I wanted to get into this space. Where are you looking? What sorts of resources are you reading? What are you pulling off of their sites, et cetera?
Basically looking at the previous data, phase 1, phase 2, then companies, guidelines, and then also how much cash they have. Is there a risk for a secondary? So primarily I look into the company website, look into their published studies and all that stuff to help me navigate through if this is a good company to invest in.
Okay, I like it.
And then I also look at other companies that's already on the market and see how this company's data in comparison to the ones already on the market. And then you can make a call there.
All right, there we go. First idea from you guys. Got to ring the cash register for that one. And then Ripster, Rippy, you had a birthday in the past week, I believe.
Yeah.
Woo!
Happy
All right,
birthday.
everybody at home, you're by yourself trading. Clap for Ripster, right? He not only gives us great information, but even recorded a podcast on his birthday.
Luke, where's the soundboard for birthday music? Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna fake the soundboard.
Hey, Jason.
Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, man.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And now the whole pool. Everyone, are you wishing Ripster happy birthday? Come on. It's Ripster's birthday. It's belated, but everyone wish Ripster happy birthday. Come on.
Thanks, guys.
We're good. It's good. We're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate it.
They were all wishing. They were all
Jason's
wishing you
doing
happy
some due
birthday.
diligence.
Oh, wow.
He's got like some pool stocks that he's looking at.
Oh, my God.
So he's doing some due diligence on them,
Yep.
I think.
Where are the drinks, man?
I'm here.
Where are the drinks? Where's your tequila?
It's for your birthday.
Come on, man.
Come to dinner tonight. Carbones, let's go.
Wow.
It's on me. Let's go. Anyone that can come. Miami. Okay. I'm Ripster.
All right,
whenever
we're
you want,
losing you a
whenever you
little
want
bit,
a trip,
Jason.
and whenever you want to get some R&R, let me know.
Yeah, sure. We'll
No, you're losing me.
Yeah. No, yeah, we heard
Luke
it.
on
We
the
heard it.
spot.
All right. Okay. So Ripster, I was just about to ask. What are some names you're looking at? Anything that's interesting to you? You've been trading within the past week, etc.
Yeah, biotech or general or non-biotech?
Whatever you want.
Well, two names interesting. Okay, so one of the biggest name that I have been talking about last few weeks, heavily invested, is IPWR, right? Okay. So IPWR is they make a bidirectional switches. The switches go into all the circuits that you use in your electric vehicles, solar systems, energy, military, everything. So it's a proprietary technology that IPWR is building. It, but it's still in a build phase. They have some contracts coming from government, and then I mean, a lot of things there are in pipeline. So my target is 30 short term. It went on 25 couple of times, but with the market, it came back. My original alert was 17, but I really believe in this company. Benchmark came out recently with their speculative buy on this IPWR, and I believe IPWR will be a big winner this year. Short term 30, short term 30. So you can note it. So last time I was here, Vox and PayPal, by the way, they paid as I expected. So just to recap.
Boom. PayPal. I was in that one. I just closed that one this week. And what was the other one again?
Vox, VOXX. That was my recap from the last time I was on Benzinga.
Right.
Yep.
All right, come on. Let's zoom this out. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. There's a nice chart.
But I think you guys, if since Farm is here today talking about a biotech stock, you guys, of course, he talked about DMTK. I'm big in DMTK. I alerted last week. It was a 10-point move, but that is fine. But my target is 100. And this morning again, I took position. So that is DMTK. But the one I think FarmD gave me, he kept telling me buy it, and it was MREO. And I let him speak about it, but MREO is one of my big IRA position that I think will be a multi-bagger this year. Just like
this is a beautiful chart too.
Oh yeah. MREO is ready to break out. I let Farm speak about MREO. Farm, can you quickly tell about the bullish thesis here?
Yes, been investing in this company, I think roughly when I alerted was $2.10. The reason why I invested heavily into this company is based on their two lead programs, one in oncology, and they already got a $50 million upfront milestone payments, I think like a month ago. They have their market cap is 350 million plus, cash around over 200 million, I think.
Wow.
Cash all the way into 2023. So fully funded, strong demand for secondary around $3. They have multiple catalysts in second half, including a catalyst for COVID-19 data as well. But the primary focus for me is their anti-TIGIT program for oncology. And we're going to see some nice updates into the second half. And my expectation is that we're gonna see a partnership news for the anti-TIGIT program. So this is one of my top positions, and I believe that this stock could see high teens to 20 plus this year on partnership news and positive data.
Yeah. And just to give you a background, right? Lot of this biotech stocks, Farm is the best, one of the best on the Twitter, and we had already PAVM, PDSB, and last year he had Livinggo. LVGO was his call that went from $20, and everybody knows what happened to LVGO. So I would really really take it seriously when Farm tells a good stock. So I'm fully loaded in it. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we got a comment in the chat too. It said something along the lines of, I run a hedge fund and Farm is the real deal. I can tell you that. He said it's one of the top 20 accounts that I follow. So ZingerNation is out there representing too. So for this MREO, a couple follow-ups. How far along are they? Is it a specific type of cancer that they're trying to treat? And then you mentioned a couple of catalysts in the second half of this year. Can you just talk about those a little bit more?
Yeah, the first catalyst is for that oncology program. And then they also have another catalyst coming up for a very, unmet disease, which is called severe alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, which leads to severe pulmonary disease. So those are the two catalysts I'm looking for in the second half. And then again, I believe we're going to see a partnership news for one of these lead programs. And then, yes, it's early development phase, but oncology is the hot sector. If you catch on these stocks at early on, and then they can really pay you well in the long run. And this is one of them. I believe actually will basically reward shareholders in the long run.
Okay. All right. I like it. It's interesting. And then let me ask you this.
And look at the chart. Look at the chart.
The chart is beautiful.
You see, it's a breakout weekly chart. It's a handle, and then you know when you see the chart, you know it's going to short term. But when you think about the catalyst, the potential, and you put it in your IRA, you know the big move is going to come. So for me, I take biotech ideas from farm, but then I look at a chart. If chart is at highs, breaking the 52-week or is breaking range, then I have more conviction in that idea. And then I take it. Usually I avoid a good biotech that's at lows, super lows. I usually don't do it. But if a chart is breaking out, you know something is going on, right? And then there's a bullish thesis behind it. Just take it, take the breakout, take a position, and let it work.
Okay, and Ripster, let me ask you this: when you're looking at the chart, or you're looking at any chart, what are some of the things you're looking at? Like is it this beautiful channel that we have here? Is it the couple of spies? Is it or the couple of highs? Is it something totally different? What do you particularly like on this chart?
Yeah. So I usually go to this weekly or daily view, and of course there's an uptrend happening. You see this continuous channel that's uptrending, but then you want to see this high. It tried to break it a few weeks ago. It tried to break it again, and there's consolidation happening. This high acts as a magnet. Price moves, pulls back, but it doesn't pull back too much. It tries to push again, pulls back. So that tells me that the buyers are there and the resistance is going to break out soon. So, and that gives me the confidence. That resistance has to act as a magnet. A straight breakout out of resistance, and if it pulls back, retests, and then bounces again, then adds more conviction. So I have a full strategy on breakout. I teach on Twitter. I tell how to trade breakouts. I have like full, maybe you can make a book out of it, and they work. So that's how you do the breakouts.
Yeah, and yeah, make sure you follow both of these guys on Twitter. I mean, they're seriously some of the best Twitter accounts to follow. We have both the links in the chat there. Producer Aaron, can you drop them in again? Pin them to the top. Because again, if you want ideas, you want to learn. I mean, these are two amazing accounts to follow. And it looks like we got a Jason sighting again.
Jason, come on, Jason.
He's muted. I don't know if he realizes that, but he is in fact muted. We've been in COVID for a year. Still gets tricked by the mute sometimes.
Thank you, Luke. I love that we have Luke. He gets to run the fort while I get to go and do my company research. But while I was out here, I did some research on Dermatech. It sounds like we have a real deal company here.
Oh yeah.
I don't own shares yet, but it sounds like.
Uh-oh. Jason, you're going in and out a little bit. Totally out. A little more than a little bit. Yeah, that's the Jason. All right. Jason's gone. He's pulled from the stream until he goes inside. You can't stun on us that much.
But
all right,
I think in conjunction with DMTK, there's other stocks that I can also pinpoint that are very cheap at this moment in time. One of them is PAVmed, PAVM. That's like another device company. If you look at their portfolio, they have lots of products. But the two main things that I'm basically looking at the moment is one, their FDA approval for carpal tunnel syndrome. This is a minimal, device. They just got approval last year. Recently, one patient was treated with their device, and then the recovery time was right after a week. But if you look at the open surgery, endoscopy surgery for carpal tunnel syndrome, basically, it takes roughly 4 to 6 weeks before a person can go back to work. And this only took like a week. That's approved. A huge market for that. And then the second big thing that I'm really looking at PAVmed, and I'm heavily invested in this company for over 2 years when it was trading into 80 cents, is their EsoCheck EsoGuard device that collects sample for looking for detection of esophageal cancer. So that I think will be a big thing. They're running 2 trials right now. I think the enrollment's going to be done maybe late this year, and then we will be looking for FDA approval. And I think this stock could really go much higher, maybe 30s or 40s once those trials are done. So this is one of my another big position I own. And then another one.
Wait. Can I ask you a couple questions first?
Yes, please.
So for the carpal tunnel treatment that they're working on, is it basically some sort of a device that this company makes so that way patients don't need to undergo surgery? Is that accurate?
It's an invasive device. So basically, a lot of information over there. And then the recovery time is just like a week compared to 4 to 6 weeks from open surgery. And this basically, just recently got approved by FDA.
Okay, and so now that it's approved by FDA, we're going to be able to start looking at some sales numbers that are coming out of the company, correct?
Especially because of COVID-19, it got delayed, and the surgery centers were closed. But hope is that once we are fully, the surgery centers open more, then we're going to see more and more sales number in the future. But the big thing is EsoCheck and EsoGuard. And that's the same theme along with Dermatech, DMTK. If you look at the Exacts, which was is $23 billion company, Dermatech over $2 billion, and look at the market cap for PubMed is basically trading roughly around 350 million, very cheap. When you're looking at detecting esophageal cancer through their technology instead of using endoscopy, which is more invasive.
Okay, and then Ripster, what do you make of a chart like this? All right, we obviously saw a ton of momentum. It's flattened out. How do you read something like this?
It's a flag. I read it as when the downtrend is broken, then that's the momentum comes in. That's how I read it. For me, it's clear. It's a fully. You have 1 month chart here. It's a full flag here. Okay, let me see.
And if you have a screen that you want to share, you're more than welcome to do that as well.
I have 4 screens, man. Maybe next time I'll be ready to share.
All right, next time.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a good one. It's a flag. So
right.
let me tell you about this gambling stock.
I love how many ideas you guys have. Let's go. All right, you give us the ticker.
GMBL.
BMBL. All right. Esports Entertainment. We talked about that one before.
Oh, come on. Ripster, did you learn about that one from me?
I wish I learned from you. I would have gotten a better price.
He doesn't follow you on Twitter, Jason.
Yeah.
Well, Ripster, not good enough ideas.
My good friend Mukund, he's a very good research analyst. He gave me this idea, and I'm blown away with the idea of the market cap compared to the potential compared to DK and J, and it has a lot of potential. Once this the love comes back to these gambling and all those stocks. But love to hear what you have to say. I mean, gamble. I have a big position on gamble.
All right. So we had to see. Can you guys hear me okay, though?
Yep. You sound good.
Yeah.
All right. I tried to give you guys the nice view of the golf course, and that internet over there was really bad.
We don't want the nice view. We were jealous. Now you just have these, beige shades, so we feel better about where we are. Ripster is still winning with the chairs. He's got the best background right now. Oh, now you have the best background. Okay.
So just making sure. All right. The chair. Ripster has a chair. So we had the GMBL CEO on. Yeah. Whatever. On this at the small cap conference. And then it was like at $4. And then it went up. And then we had him on 3 weeks ago on the show. And then the stock took off. Maybe it was because of you, but and the CEO came out and said he's starting to get more, value. The quote is, if you Google Benzinga and GMBL, he gave a quote that we're starting to get more fairly valued. Not to say that it was overvalued, but we're starting to get gambling like a gambling stock, like in this space. And the reason GMBL is so interesting, it has a lot of things coming together: esports, online gaming, and they bought 2 other companies that are legit and have serious revenue. So GMBL, I think it does have a good long-term future. Now the question is, what do you buy it at, and what is it at a year from now? That's it. But I was so impressed, Ripster. We tried to do. Benzinga is doing 2 buyouts right now. We're buying 2 other companies, and it's so hard for us to get these transactions done. And these guys have really consolidated the industry, and that to me is as impressive as anything. So I do like GMBL. I do own the shares, not as much as I did, but maybe you can get me back in a big way if you tell me a good story.
No, did you review the latest earnings? Did you see the revenue guidance? They increased by 68% to 42 million this year.
So now that's what we're talking about. That is what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's,
and again they raised the guidance again on February 16 to 70 million. So the management has high expectations, right? And if you see a company increasing the guidance, and you know there's a potential, and DK&J is selling for 44 times its sales, and Fubo is selling 12 times. Gamble is selling 3 times. Yeah, I mean, just on the potential, Gamble can be double here, right? It's just the market right now. There is not much love in DK&G and all these stocks, but when the love comes, the Gamble will be $30 stock. I tell you that.
And what I love is that you have both the multiple expansion story as a catalyst, but plus you have the revenue growth story.
Yeah. This is. So I'm lucky. I'm blessed to have so many good friends who are analysts and traders like Farm. So I got a lot of information. This is information from my friend Mukund. So he's also on Twitter. So
I like the name Mukund. Mukund sounds like he's very smart.
Right? He's smart. Yeah.
And who's this Ryan Simonio character? Do you guys know him? Anyone?
No.
He's calling me nuts. He's saying we don't care, Raz. Ryan Simonio, you're about to get a 5-minute major, so take a hike. All right. All right, and then I got an update on your dermatology stock is what I was trying to get at. What's the symbol again? DMF?
DMTK. That's Delta Mike Tango Kilo.
So Lori, my friend says she knows the CEO, promising technology, and like very promising. Doesn't know if lay people should be using it correctly or if they're going to use it correctly, but if they change the strategy, that could work. So she's a believer in it, and Lori's the smartest.
And when she says lay people, does that mean like I would go and use it myself rather than going into a doctor?
She basically said it's definitely promising technology, but I don't know if it's meant for lay people like yourself, Luke, at home unless the CEO switch strategies, is what she said.
Okay, but
she likes it though.
Yeah, but I mean, let's ask Pharma. Is the idea for the company to go straight to consumers, or is it for to be like used by doctors?
They can be used in the doctor's office. It roughly takes, I think, 30 minutes. You know, it's not really very complex thing to do. You basically put the sticker. You know, they send you the whole stuff with all the directions in it, and then you just follow the directions. Basically, putting the sticker on that mold. You know, and then all the instructions will be there, and then you just take that sticker, you know, and then send back to the testing centers, or it could be done in the doctor's office.
Okay. So it seems like that use by individuals could be another catalyst. You don't need it necessarily for the story, but it seems like it could be another catalyst then.
Yes.
Okay. All right. How does that satisfy you, Jason?
Yeah, that satisfies me. That's definitely a catalyst. I mean, it could be at home, but I mean, what Pharma is saying makes sense. I'm gonna buy shares of it. If it's not today, I'll buy it Monday. I've been trimming some of my margin this week, so I'm not.
How long are you? Are you still more than 100% long?
Oh yeah. I was like 200% long. Let's say my account was $1 million. I was 40% margin. Now I'm 20% margin.
Okay. And so you said, let's say it's $1 million. So if we scale it back to 1,000, like closer to the real account value, it's like you're carrying $200 of margin.
Yes, I sold some of the gainers. I would put my account live, but Spencer Israel always hates that stuff. But I would put my true account live. I have nothing to hide.
All right, and Farm, you were about to give us another name too, and we jumped in and asked some follow-up questions on the last one, but can you give us that one?
Well, this is a speculative one, and this is basically because the catalyst coming up. Like I said earlier, that in biotechs you try to avoid binary catalyst, and if you do play, make sure your quantities are very small, and then buy right after looking at the data. And this one is YMTX.
YMTX. Okay, Humanity. Does that sound right? Let me get the
Yes,
screen up.
they signed a 500 million a collaboration with Merck last year. So if you look at their pipeline, they basically have over 16 plus different compounds for neurodegenerative diseases. And one of their early program right now where I'm focusing is for Parkinson's disease. So we are expecting data this quarter, and then early data from phase 1B basically next quarter. So I have a position. It's not huge, but based on my risk tolerance, and then I'm leaning more positive that the data is going to be positive. So that's why I had this position. And my goal is basically to add more shares once I see the data this quarter and next quarter. Look at the market cap, very cheap. Look at the float, very thin float, very hard to buy a share. So have a decent position. Again, this is my long-term position, and they have tons of compounds in early stage right now, looking at the dementia and everything. But right now, their focus is on Parkinson's disease. Let the data come out this quarter, next quarter, and that's where the story is going to change.
And you said this one is or is not binary? Like we're not waiting on a big binary?
It is binary. That's why my position is decent based on my risk tolerance. And my idea is to basically, once I see the data this quarter, and then I'm going to add more to my shares. But after looking into the company, I did my DD over last few weeks. I'm leaning positive that the data should be good. But again, it's a speculative position. Whenever you play binary data, make sure your positions are based on your risk tolerance. My position is based on what I read and what I believe this company data is positive. I think this is going to double overnight, because the stock was trading around, I think, 44, and it had a significant pullback to 19 and 20 where I'm adding shares.
Yeah, and if you look at the the YMTX chart, it's a downtrend channel on weekly, and the downtrend.
Sorry, really quick. When you say on weekly, are you looking at weekly candles, or are you looking at a week's worth of candles?
No, I look at weekly candles.
Okay.
Then I'm going back to maybe November 2020. So I'm looking at weekly candles. And if I see that YMTX is ready for channel breakout, and as Farm said, YMTX has catalyst coming, and he has done a great DD on it. I think once the reversal is there, it should run up into the catalyst, and solid support at around 1650 area. Even if you take the channel breakout on YMTX, it should be 30, 35 are the targets. I'll put the chart on Twitter, and that's the trade thesis on YMTX.
Okay,
right?
So you like this one too then, Ripster?
Yeah. So I like that one too, because here's the thing. I look at what Farm or other biotech folks tells me, then I look at the chart. There are other ones too, but if the chart is not good, not trying to reverse, it's weakness, I don't buy weakness, I buy strength. Like I said, I want to buy high, sell higher, or if I'm not doing that, then I want to see the reversal. I can wait for reversal, even if I have to wait, even if I lose few points there, doesn't matter. I want to see the strength, right? I don't care I've got the bottom or not, but I want the reversal when it gives me a confirmation. And in this case for YMTX, the confirmation is the reversal of the weekly channel, and that's it. I play the probability that I have seen from my experience, my plays, and what I have studied past few years. The probability says a chart pattern, if it's reversing, the probability of pattern working, it should work, right? If it doesn't work, that doesn't work. But at least I'm not buying a bottom and hoping, okay, maybe it bounces here, I'm buying the bottom, maybe it bounces. No, when I buy a reversal, I'm playing a probability of a chart pattern, and I'm not hoping. I know the reversal is coming. Now if the pattern fails, doesn't work, that's a different thing. I played a setup, a strategy with a good fundamentals. In biotech case, a good catalyst, run up. So yeah.
Okay. In farm, let me ask you this. So I jumped back in the chart and I thought my chart was broken. Like I wasn't loading data, but it was down when the stock was $1. I didn't even see it. What was the catalyst that happened here?
What catalyst are you referring to?
So I guess, or my chart is broken, but it looks like the stock like a couple months ago was at $1, and now it's at $20.
Which one is that?
They did the merger actually with another company. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you need to get on trading view. The charts have to account for the reverse merger. Sometimes you get confused because a lot of other charts don't account for it, but then it's a better view.
Yep. All right, and I want to talk through a couple tickers that we got in the chat that you guys have mentioned recently. The first one is NVAX Novavax.
Yeah, that's one of my significant position from I basically bought a big position around 120, 119 area and all the way up to 130. I kept on buying shares around 160 plus. So this is one of my significant position I'm holding. My average is still in 160s. Ooh. And I believe this.
He alerted it. He alerted to his followers. Where did you alert it, Pharma? Novavax?
119.
Yeah, and he kept saying, I was like, no, he's like, trust me, it's going to 300. And it did go to 300. So it's his baby, NVAX.
Cash register on that one. I mean, a doubling on a multi-billion-dollar stock like that, that's awesome. That's nice. Okay. All right, so Novavax, you hit it. You still like it. All right.
Luke, did you do TTD after earnings?
No, I didn't.
Did you see their earnings?
No.
TTD is going to be 1,000 soon, man.
Wow.
I got 8:30 yesterday, alerted everybody on Twitter to grab it. It touched 921 this morning. I mean, the earnings, the growth is exponential. 500% revenue growth. Was it something like that? So focus on these, like I always teach people, focus on the earning EPS growth. If you learn what I taught you last Benzinga interviews, you would have got this TTD trade.
Yep. See, the only earnings one that I did this week is I did Planet Fitness short. Basically here's the thesis, right? They're reporting earnings. 30% of their signups every year come in from New Year's resolutioners in January. We got this awesome chart sent to us. Let's see if I can find it real quick. But we got this awesome chart sent to us that showed that there's basically no social mentions of Planet Fitness this January, right? Like we had seen every single year. Big spike in tweets, Instagram, Facebook on Planet Fitness. We didn't have it this year. So I took this one short into earnings. Not really doing much for me. So I got to close that one out. But all right, let me ask you about another one. MYOV. That's another one that I've seen in the chat a handful of times.
Yeah, it's his baby too.
That's another, one of my significant position I'm holding from mid-teens. Basically, they have three different things in the pipeline. The first one is for prostate cancer. Data was very good. They got the FDA approval already. And if you look at the Pfizer collaboration, that was a big thing. So now they have the resources from Pfizer. So I think that this stock likely going to double from here. And then they have strong data for endometriosis. Then they have strong data for uterine fibroids. So this is another one of my favorite biotech stock I'm holding long term.
So basically all the stocks you picked just double. Okay. Let me ask you about a third one. INFI Infinity. That's one that we got some mentions in the chat about as well.
Yes, I'm holding this stock as well. I did several swing trades on this. They had good data. But they did a secondary, and that's why secondary is putting pressure on the stock price. My goal is to pick up more shares around 350 area based on the chart, and that's from coming from Ripster. I'm not good at charts, so that's where he jumps in and he provides me all the direction. So I'm waiting for 350 area to add more shares.
All right.
Yeah. With Infi, the thing with Infi was it's a good long-term stock. Oppenheimer and a bunch of other analysts came out with 8-9 price targets after a great data. I think the mistake, if I alerted the day it went one and it went $1 or some cents. The scalpers and day traders got out, but the offering weighed on it a little too much, right? Offering is always not, it's not a bad thing. Offering is always a good thing, but the institutional demand was so much, they increased the size of offering, and that's the weighing on it. That, and I know a lot of followers, they just jumped and slapped it pretty high. They never understood a risk reward there, right? Like I always say, my risk reward is different. So that's why they keep asking about infi. And so my point here is good long term stock, right? If you are trading long term, hold it, build a risk reward, follow the thesis, build your own plan, and just let it work. And I'm still long in it, right? But I think the good lesson learned from me, if I want to talk about infi, when the data comes out, I should wait for what we call it, see how the offering is, what kind of offering we can expect, because shorts were hammering it the day the data came out, right? But nothing wrong with the stock is great. So that's a lesson. Make sure if you are not confident, let the offering close, maybe buy it after the offering, right? But just don't jump in blindly. But the data is there, good long term stock, put in fee. If they fulfill the potential of infi will be a $10 stock this year, right? Just like Mario. So these biotechs, so when I trade these smaller price stocks or I'm usually in biotechs, and my biotech research comes from I know a little bit, but from all my circle, which are respected, PhD doctors and pharmacists like Pharma, Doug, who's and many other my friends, respected traders, that the full long term thesis, right? So you have to build that. You can't just jump on a stock. Okay, tomorrow I'll sell it for $1 up. Okay, maybe I can scalp it for 50 cents. Okay, you bought it on high, you can't scalp it, then you're bag holding, right? So yeah, I mean, at a certain point, even an investor is a bag holder, but it doesn't matter. You believe in a company, you are a bag holder, that's fine, right? But if you don't believe in anything and you have no conviction and you just buy randomly without a risk reward, then you are a bad holder with no conviction, and then it's a bad bag holder, I would say. So don't be a bad bag holder. Only bag hold where you have conviction. Don't bag hold because somebody else is saying it, right? I mean, for me, it might be a small dent in my account. Doesn't matter. I'll just put it inside. But you guys can blow up your account. So don't focus on the plays. If I give a play, focus on chart, risk reward, understand your thesis, your conviction, right? So yeah. So lately, Luke, I want to point out one more thing here.
Yeah.
So lately, what has happened, right, with this GameStop hype, right? The GameStop retail, so many new traders came industry, new followers. They want to get overnight rich, and they think, oh, these guys are posting ideas, jump on it, buy, slap. So, and they are now crying and they are looking, oh, I lost all my money. A lot of people blown up, that, right? After this games, that's why I never even hyped the GameStop and AMC thing. So that's a big problem right now in the market. A lot of people are new, they are just in here for hype, and a lot of them will go away. That's the fact. They will say, okay, these guys are not good, these guys are pumpers, let's leave the market, we are not getting any good ideas, because they came in the market on a hype on what somebody else said. Oh, my grandpa or my grandson told me AMC is going up, game is going up, let's go in the market. They never came in the market with the passion or with a long-term view, like I talked about on my podcast. If you do that, yeah, doesn't matter. I give idea, Farm gives idea, PJ, Zach, whoever gives idea, you will be a loser, right? Ideas are, yeah. So you build your conviction. That's my point. Idea is ours, management is yours.
Yeah, and let me show you this chart that speaks to what you're just talking about. So what we have here is the number of people clicking from Benzinga.com to go open a new brokerage account, right? So again, we're measuring people clicking from Benzinga to go open a new brokerage account. So, let's say we're averaging, I don't know, maybe 30,000 people a week, something like that. COVID happens, it spikes up to 80,000 people a week. Check this out. Let me zoom you out. Look at when GameStop happens. It's like COVID didn't even exist on the chart. This is the number of people who jumped in to open new brokerage accounts. We went from 75,000 to 250,000 week over week.
Wow.
And we're a small site, right? We're up to 15 million readers a month officially as of last night. But I mean, compared to Forbes and Yahoo Finance and everything, I mean, we're tiny.
I think back to Rippy's point, and I do that over time to time on my public feed as well. Ideas comes from different angles. Yes, I do post a lot after I do my DD. Sometimes a lot of my buddies, they provide me ideas. But the idea is that you need to do your personal due diligence whenever you invest money. Don't invest money blindly on what PharmD is saying or this person saying. You need to make sure you are comfortable with your investment. So when you buy something, make sure you are aware why you are putting money into stock A or stock B. So your personal due diligence makes more sense than just believing on someone's tweet. I always say, I have positions, so I could have a biased confirmation there because obviously my money is involved, so I'm writing about it. But when you read my ideas or my tweets, make sure you know the company before you put money into it. And I think it's not gambling, it's a professional investment. So read, and then invest money.
Absolutely. All right, and one last question out of the chat, and I'll let you guys go. But Ripster, what headphone model is that? We got a couple people asking what headphones you have.
These ones?
Yeah.
These are JBL Quantum 800.
There it is. All right. See, look at that. We always please on the show. Okay. Answered everything from your stock questions to your headphone questions. But all right, guys, I'll let you run. Thanks for hanging out. I mean, the ideas were flying. I'll recap them real quick. Here are the tickers. Somebody in the chat, help me out. Drop the tickers in the chat so everybody can get them. But DMTK, MREO, PAVM, GMBL, and then NVAX. That's a lot of tickers. And education. I love that you guys walk us through it instead of just making the pitch.
Thank you, Luke.
Thank you very much, Luke.
All right. Thanks, guys. Again, follow them on Twitter. These are two of the best accounts to follow. I don't say that often. Throw them a follow on Twitter. Say hi. Smash the like. And we're going to keep rolling.
Thank you. Have a good weekend, Luke.
You too. All right, guys. Yeah. So, all right. Here's my favorite chat comment of the day. Now JBL stock jumps. That's a good one. All right, guys. And if you aren't familiar with this show, you don't watch us normally, you tune in to check out Ripster and PharmD. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button. We go all day. We run from 8 a.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, and we just have ideas flowing constantly. That's the idea. All right, we're trying to. We've got three things that we try to do. One, give trade ideas. Two, have fun. Be a little bit goofier than like your CNBCs. Look at, I even have an explicit soundboard. Surprise, motherfucker. And then three, we also have gimmicks. We do some giveaways. We tell jokes. We take caller lines in. We open up the. Should we open up? Let's do one more user call. Throw the number up, Rohan. We're gonna get clip into our next guest in just a minute here. We're running behind. But yeah, let's get one more user call in. We just did some a little bit ago. It was pretty funny. I got called out for drinking diet soda. And then we got a couple new stock ideas there. But producer Rohan, can you throw that phone number up on the screen? Again, guys, just previewing what we have going on later today for you. So we got two guests who are going to be joining us. We're going to be talking stocks. Then we actually have a VC guest, venture capitalist, talking about some VC plays and what they see in the market now. We're also going to be doing an option segment, options education. And then tomorrow, somebody saying, Luke, did you buy Clove? Yep, I'm in Clove, CLOV. And tomorrow, all day, this is how hard we're working out here for ZingerNation. We're doing a boot camp. It's totally free. There's no charge for this. Check this out. It's benzingabootcamp.com. I'll drop the link in the chat, but we're going from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern on a Saturday, just doing all education. We're talking options. We're talking SPACs. We're going to talk a little bit of swing trading, do some stock picking, but all day Saturday. It's free to attend. No reason not to register, right? Come and hang out with us. But there's the deal there. Let me throw that link into the chat. What about the chat challenge? Yes. We are going to do the chat challenge. Absolutely. Chat challenge. ZingerNation going head to head to figure out who can answer. Oh, do we have a caller, Rohan, or no? Nope, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can.
Okay, so that was my bad. We have to cycle new numbers every so often so we don't get a bunch of calls. So I just have to set up a new phone number real quick.
Oh, okay. All right. Well then. All right. Well, Rohan sets up the new phone number. Let's bring our next guest on. Let's ask producer Aaron if he can grab my charger because my laptop is about to die. But all right, throwing him on here into the den. Robert, what's up, man? You are back with us.
How's it going, man?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Doing great. It's nice to have a bounce back today.
Dude, I know. I was down like $6,000 yesterday. I'm like not an emotional trader by any means, right? I've gotten through those days. It's been like almost 10 years now that I've been in the markets. But yesterday was one of those days where I'm like getting tested a little bit. Like, oh God, should I just go all cash at this point?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I always get the most DMs for sure. It's like all these young kids are like, do I sell everything now? It's like, no, this happens. Stocks actually don't go up every day, surprisingly. But yeah, it's good to see a bounce back though.
All right. And I mean, you do a ton of educational content. What is like the question you get asked most? Like what market question do people have the most?
Mainly people are like, what's like the best time to buy a stock? How do I find the stock? Because I mean, I try and give investors, these young investors, ideas. There's so much enthusiasm, but they just don't really know what to do with it. You know, they're buying penny stocks, they're buying super speculative stuff. I basically just try and show them how I'm more of a growth investor. So I show them how I go through my process, kind of how I find stock picks, and really just try and take all that enthusiasm they have and kind of put some structure to it.
Okay. And like, I mean, it like those are tough questions to answer, right? Because you never want to say like Ripster just made a great point, and he said like do your own DD, right? Don't just depend on other people, and that's what everybody wants, right? Like, you know, I was in the gym yesterday, right? And so, you know, I just got bombarded by like 3 people of like, hey, give me a ticker, give me a hot stock, give me a thing to buy. I sort of want to because I want to pump up my stocks, but I don't want to have that kind of liability. So it's like
yeah, for sure. And they're like, oh, is this stock going to go up? Is it going to go down? It's like nobody really knows in the short term. It's like you have to have a long-term perspective with these. I mean, you can day trade. Never really worked for me. I'm more of a long-term investor. But I try and just instill those good habits at a young age. I wish I would have done it. I lost a lot of money when I first started in the markets, you know, buying speculative options and using not very good risk management.
All right, let's break out the. Have you blown up an account? You said you lost a lot of money. I imagine you have. I've blown up 3. You want to trade a story on how?
Yeah. So this wasn't even that speculative, but this is back when I first started out. I was working for a company called KC Research. There was this really hot stock called Poseidon Concepts, but just as during the fracking boom, it was a company that made these huge pools for fracking water. Had insane fundamentals like 80% margins, 20% profit margins, and about an 8% dividend yield. So I was like, oh, I'm going to put a bunch of money in this. This looks great. Turns out it was too good to be true. Turned out to be a fraud. Fell about, I think, like 90% in a week. Blew up my account right away. I was like, oh, maybe this investing thing isn't for me. But I guess 10 years later, you know, you live and you learn a little bit. If it's too good to be true, it looks too good to be true, it probably is what I learned with that one.
Yeah, my favorite account that I blew up, I think, and again, I blew up 3 accounts from ages 15 to 19. Right, it's like I was like bust my ass all summer mowing lawns, accumulate like $700, and then piss it away in the market. My favorite one that I think I blew up was I would buy every stock that was down like 80% on a day, thinking it can't go any lower. This thing's at $1, it can't go to 0, and then I would short. I don't know how I got shorting permissions, but my brokerage gave me shorting permissions. That was irresponsible of them. But then I would short any stock that had doubled. You know, stocks up 90% because it cleared an FDA trial or something. I'd be like, oh, this thing's going back down. Short it. You know, that doesn't last long. That's a common mistake, too. Everybody wants to buy stocks that are down, getting beaten up. I'm more of a momentum guy. You know, I'm not afraid to buy a stock if the chart's up in the top right-hand corner. Those are usually my best trades. You kind of want to – that's another thing I always tell them. You know, I never really average down positions unless it's a very high conviction idea. I'm more of an average up type guy.
because I love to ride the momentum, and I like to add more money to what's working.
All right, so can you give us some names you like right now?
So one I got for you guys is Ozon. It's a Russian e-commerce company. I know everybody. I feel like everybody knows Sea Limited. You know, they're like the Amazon of Southeast Asia, and Jumaya, the Amazon of Africa.
Okay, take her on this one, guys. OZON, Oscar Zebra, Oscar November. Sorry, keep going, Robert.
In that same vein, this is basically the Amazon, quote unquote, of Russia. They're basically the biggest e-commerce player in Russia, which is a pretty untapped market right now. Only about 40% of Russians use any sort of e-commerce compared to about 70% in the US. The growth runway looks huge. The total addressable market is supposed to double by 2023 in Russia. And the stock is growing. Their sales already at 61% growth over the last year. So I'm in at 44 on that one. So I'm in at 40. I'm in at 44 on that one, but I added more to it on February 1st, but actually thinking about adding a little bit more at this point. It's only a 13 billion market cap company, which seems kind of small. If they're going to be the dominant e-commerce player in Russia and serve all those surrounding countries as well, potentially, I think there's a huge growth opportunity there.
Okay, so what are the catalysts that we're looking for? Is it basically the earnings reports? We want to just see the earnings reports continue to show that growth, or what's the catalyst that we're looking for?
Strong earnings, basically, and I'm just looking for more e-commerce adoption to happen in Russia, because again, only 40% of people use any sort of e-commerce in Russia. The infrastructure is still getting built out there, so I'm looking for a bounce back in their economy as well. You know, they got crushed by COVID, but like everyone else, but mainly looking at their earnings reports, that they had a strong one not too long ago.
Yeah, and I would imagine that there's a little bit of bounce that we're seeing in oil is good for this stock as well, because Russia's such an oil dependent economy.
Yep. So I'm bullish on commodities right now, oil included. You know, with all the printing going on across the world, that's starting to feed into commodities. So I could see that going up. I know OPEC didn't do oil any favors the other day when they're turning on the spigots again. And increasing supply in that market, but I still think the trend is up. I think oil's up about 40% in the last 2 months or something. It's been going pretty strong, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon.
Okay, so let's talk about commodities a little bit, right? I just put this great comment on the screen. First account I opened was during Y2K. There was still nuclear fallout from that account. That's pretty good. But commodities, you like commodities, you're bullish on them. How do you invest in commodities? Are you buying futures? Are you buying the ETFs? Are you buying stocks? How do you go about doing that?
So it's more commodity specific. One company I've been looking at over the last few weeks is Archer-Daniels-Midland. You know, they're one of the largest commodity players in the world, more for oil seeds.
Ticker ADM, guys.
Yeah, that's more of a play on food inflation, which actually food inflation is the highest that it's been right now in about the last 7 years. Which, I mean, again, there's just so much money flowing through the system right now. And if we start seeing higher economic growth here, especially in the US, which I want to say Goldman came out with a report the other day saying they expect 7% GDP growth for the US later this year, which would be, I mean, it might force the Fed's hand, which could be, you know, a headwind for markets, which would be unfortunate. But I think a lot of that money is going to feed, and just economic activity is going to cause a general rising in prices over the second half of the year, which a lot of that is going to feed into food inflation. But since that's what Archer-Daniels-Midland, that's what they sell, they're going to pass off those prices to consumers, which will raise Archer's earnings theoretically. So that's one play I'm looking at in the commodity space.
All right, I like that one. I do own a couple commodities. I do it through the ETFs. And everybody who's watched the show for a while, we've gone through how I set up my ETF portfolio. That's where I manage the majority of my assets. You know, like the DBM, USO, a couple of the commodity ETFs. But I've got no food exposure. I like that one. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that one has room to run.
Okay. All right. What else should we talk about?
So one that I think we talked about last time I was on here, which has just ripped since then, was Afterpay. It's the buy now, pay later company. We've had the Affirm IPO since then. But basically, I don't know if anyone's not familiar with the company. They're still kind of under the radar. They're an Australian company. They trade OTC. So the Robinhood crowd won't be able to find it on Robinhood. But they basically, if you don't have the cash to pay for, you know, a jacket or something up front, they let you pay half then, and then you pay off the rest over the next 2 weeks. And just from a behavioral aspect, any company that lets Americans spend money they don't have, I think is going to do pretty well. And we've already seen that happen with the stock price. I think it's up 60% in the last 2 months.
Woo! All right, hold on.
That's like the U.S. company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Affirm is their biggest competitor. And there's another one, something with a K. I forget what it's called.
Yep. I like Afterpay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll say from like a business standpoint, right, we recently integrated PayPal checkout into our products. And one of the reasons that we did it was because we had so many consumers asking us for that feature is, hey, if you integrate PayPal, they've got a program where instead of me paying, the whole chunk of money up front, they'll spread it out over a year for me. And as a vendor, we don't care. PayPal fronts us all the money. Great. If that's what consumers want, we'll go ahead and do it. We're in this for ZingerNation. So I think it's really compelling from that vendor standpoint as well.
Yeah, and I like it too. If I most of my portfolio is American stocks as well. I wanted to add some international exposure. They're an Australian company, so it was kind of a no-brainer, especially with the dollar weakening. It's played out really well so far. It's kind of near my target price now, but I think that's going to be a long-term hold for me. I don't have any plans to sell that one.
Are you going to take money off the table if you're nearing that price target, or you're letting it ride?
For that one, I'm just less likely to add. Again, like if I'm not really an average down type guy. I like to average up. I've averaged up twice on Afterpay at this point, so my position's gotten pretty big already. So I'm unlikely to add if it's above my target, but I'm probably just going to let that one ride for a while. I think it's going to do pretty well.
Okay. All right. I like that one. What about, you have any opinion on the fitness stocks? Like the Planet Fitness, the Pelotons, in any of those?
So haven't done a ton of research on either of them. I could see them bouncing back with people getting a little more comfortable going back to the gym. Me personally, I just set up a gym in my garage about 3 months ago because here in LA, gyms have basically been illegal for the last year. But yeah, haven't really looked into them too deep. I know Peloton's been a hot stock for a while, but yeah, not super familiar with either.
Yeah, we sort of had this weird phenomenon in Michigan where we're based out of here at Benzinga, where restaurants and bars were closed for months, but gyms were allowed to be open. And I'm like, all right, I'll take it. It seems sort of weird, right? You got all these people packed in, breathing on the same stuff, sweating on the same stuff. But hey, whatever. I guess you can't go out to eat.
Yeah.
All right, Jason, you're back.
Yes, I'm back, and the restaurants in Michigan, it's ridiculous. 10 p.m. curfew until the end of March. We have the lowest rate of infections. I don't know what our governor's doing. I feel bad for all Michigan restaurants, companies, etc. We're not treating it fairly. Sorry, that's my public service announcement.
There you go.
Hey, at least you guys had restaurants open. We just got outdoor dining back about 2 weeks ago here.
Oh, really?
I've just been getting takeout. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm jealous that you can have outdoor dining. I don't know how much you can see behind me, but everything is snowy here. So we really can't even have that.
I'm born and raised in Cleveland, so I know those winters very well.
Are you a Cavs fan?
Big time Cavs fan, Browns fan, Indians
fan. If you ever want to
fan.
come to a Cavs game and get like a backstage tour, like the locker room and all that, let us know. One of our investors owns the Cavaliers.
Oh, Dan Gilbert, big fan. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yep. Yeah. That's boys. We're boys.
His Rocket Mortgage stock it's struggling a little bit, but I still got a long-term perspective on that one too, especially with rates so low.
Yeah, I mean those stocks have definitely have been challenged, and you're right with rates so low. The 10-year bond is at 130. It was at $1 when this thing started. Move away, and it was at $1, and it's at 130 now. The 10-year, which means rates will go up. So investors are shying away, but Rocket Companies is actually different, guys. It's not just a mortgage company. I think they're doing close to $1 billion in transaction in automotive. I don't know the exact number, but like there's a lot more there. I mean, think about our Carvana. Like they're going to be playing in that world too. So it's a different kind of company, at least in my mind. But I own the stock. I own it long term.
Yeah. And you touched on why the reason I'm in this stock too, ticker RKT. And again, the reason why I like it and have been hammering it since it's had its IPO is because I see the infrastructure and the scale they're able to achieve with mortgages. And there's no reason why they couldn't scale that out across the spectrum of public or of financial services, right? If they can process this many mortgages and have this many financing relationships and that sort of thing, there's no reason they shouldn't also be number one in cars and personal loans and that sort of thing.
And the mortgage process, Robert, is hard. You got to be licensed in every state, et cetera, and they have that thing down. So that's why I like RKT. I think it's interesting that Luke brought up Palantir or not Palantir.
I do that too. There's too many effing stocks to start with P right now. No more P IPOs this year. If there's any IPOs that start with the letter P, let's all just agree to short the shit out of them. I get all of my tickers confused.
I was about to do an IPO of a new stock, but I guess I won't say the name. All right, but yeah, Luke gets that confused. But he went short Planet Fitness last night. How'd that go for you, Luke?
It's like what? It didn't go either way, right? Okay. So here's the chart. It's down 1.5%, right? It doesn't matter. I'd rather have it be down 1.5% than up 1.5%. But again, it basically didn't move for us.
Got it. Okay. And how do we find you, Robert?
You can find me on Instagram at TickStocks or on TikTok as TickStocks as well.
Is that how we found you?
Yeah, I think so. Your producer reached out to me back in December.
But you must be putting out some good, smart stuff. So
I try to.
All right, I do have a question for you, man. And if you don't know it, then give me your best BS answer. CLOV, Clover Health. We get asked about Clover Health more than we get asked about our kids. I mean, seriously. So what do you think about CLOV?
Not super familiar with them. Is that one of Chamath's SPACs?
Yeah.
Sounds kind of familiar.
You can't go with that. You just have to come up with something. All right, yeah.
I think that's what I want to say Hindenburg Research had that short report on them as well that kind of tanked the stock. They've kind of been on fire for the last year. I mean, they took down Nikola last year as well. So I haven't really looked into the stock. I'm looking up their Morningstar report right now. They look like they're a telemedicine type company, but not a ton of insight, to be perfectly honest.
All right. Well, all I know is I get asked about it a decent amount. I'm not in it that much these days, so I just wanted to ask you if you had any color on it, because people ask about Clover. I don't know why it's still like such a passionate cult stock, but it is. They go crazy about it. It's one of the biggest ones. My wife likes it though. I don't know why she likes it, but she likes that stock.
She follows Ripster on Twitter. That might be why.
She follows Ripster on Twitter.
It looks like they had a nice reversal today, though, from the chart. It looked like death for the last few months, from what I can tell. But good to see that bounce.
Yep, absolutely. We finally are starting to see a little bit more energy go into some of these SPACs again. All right,
Luke, do we have the chat challenge coming up?
We have the chat challenge. Then I gotta bounce.
Luke, do we have
I gotta leave the show in your hands, Jason.
All right. Well, Robert, thank you for coming on and making us look awesome.
Thank you, Robert.
Riley, say thank you to Robert.
Thank you, Robert.
Anytime, guys.
All right, we appreciate you, man. Well, come on again, please. Okay. They like how you think. In the comments, are like, we like how Robert thinks. Okay.
I do what I can.
All right, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Let's go to the chat challenge. All right.
Let's do it. All right.
You
have a video for me?
Luke, no, I got it.
Joshi.
I got a new graphic for the chat challenge. You ready, Luke?
No. ZingerNation is going head to head to head to head to head.
Perfect.
ZingerNation is going head to head to head to head to head.
Perfect. You like that?
I like that. It's got me dancing a little bit. I don't have to introduce the chat challenge every time we do an update.
Have you seen this yet? Have you seen this yet?
Hi.
Say hi.
The only thing that would make it better is if it was a little bit longer. I got the blood flowing. Everybody, get up, dance a little bit to the song.
Our next show host is Natalie Shirley. Natalie, will you talk?
Hi, Natalie.
Florida. How you doing?
Doing well. We're excited for your 2:30 show. It's going to be awesome. Guys, stay tuned. Natalie's doing a show today at 2:30. All right. All right, Jason, I'm going to clip us over to the chat challenge. I do have to hop on a call with Trade Station. That's right, Trade Station. Shout out Trade Station at 1:30 here. But let's pull up the screen. The winner this week. Every single week we're running a competition.
Merkio, I got you. Thank you for the feedback. Keep going.
All right, every single week we're running a competition. We're trying to figure out who's the smartest one in the chat. If you missed it this week, tune in Monday. Smash the subscribe button. We do it every single week. The winner this week is getting some Bitcoin sent to them. I don't know how to send Bitcoin, but I'm sure ZingerNation will help me. I'm throwing up the screen now. Boom. Akil, you are the winner. He guessed on Monday, or sorry, short week. He guessed on Tuesday the price of Bitcoin would be $55,000 at this time on Friday. Actual price 54,883 within 0.2%. It's like he already knew. So boom, there it is. One more air horn. Shoot us an email, powerhour@benzinga.com. Again, that's powerhour@benzinga.com to claim your prize, guys. And again, we will be back at it. If you didn't win, let's say you were one of these guys who had the price off by 42%. Don't worry, we'll do some sort of stock competition next week. I wonder what I guessed. Where was I on this one?
All right, Luke.
Okay, I didn't even guess.
Luke, I'm taking over right now with no guest, right?
You do have a guest at 1:30.
Okay, well, I don't want a guest right now, so no guest right now. Okay, who's my guest?
You got Jeff Ransdell coming on. He does VC in the Miami area. Talking about the Miami VC market.
All right. Oh yeah, he'll come on in a minute. Okay. All right. All right, Luke, you have to go.
I gotta go hustle up some money, guys. ZingerNation, we love you. Thank you for letting us do this every single day. I'm leaving the show in Jason's mostly capable hands, very capable hands. Just depends how many Mai Tais he's had today. But all right, guys, peace. I'm out. Happy trading.
All right, Luke, thank you. Guys, before we bring Jeff on, I want to give you a quick update on the challenge, and I want to get this stuff going. And, yeah, there's no Ted Cruz here, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. Am I doing a Ted Cruz? No, I'm in Florida. I live in Michigan. I don't get out to the sun that often. I'm too pasty white, and they complain. So I'm here to work on my tan for you guys so I can look pretty and bring you the stuff. We got 2,000 people here right now, 2,800, which is not bad. I would say right now CNBC has like 31,000 live. So we're going to get there. We'll get there. But, yeah, my look, I don't love it. But this is what it is. I'm trying to get some more color. But what I want to say is we're bringing out a very smart VC, someone that knows the markets, and it's exciting. But if you're listening to this channel, what I want you to do, again, it's something you have to take 2 minutes. Go to E-Trade and say, we want Benzinga news because what the news you have on eTrade.com doesn't show when the markets are moving, etc. Send an email to powerhour@benzinga.com with your message and screenshot, and we will send you Benzinga swag. We need your address and we need your size. Please do that. And John Lopez, thanks for your feedback. But yeah, that's about it. And hope you guys are having a great week. And now I'm going to bring on Jeff the VC. Here we go. Jeff the VC. There he is. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Jason, where are you in Florida?
Aventura.
Aventura. Well, I'm down in Miami, so Aventura is a good place to be.
Are you going to be at Carbone tonight?
You know what? I might be. You going to be there tonight?
There or Satai, one of the two.
Both are good choices. So yeah,
so
I was at the Satai literally an hour ago. I'm at the Soho House now.
Yep. Friday nights Satai are pretty good. So you live down here?
Yes, I've been in Miami for 21 years.
So what room are you in right now? What is this that we're looking at right now? Where are you?
Oh, well, this is a video room at the Soho House.
Got it. So you're at the Soho House right now, and
yes,
you're wearing a sport coat. You look nice. Nice.
Thank you. Well, if I was sitting by the pool, I'd look a little different, but I'm not.
I know. I'm not usually like this, but the audience tells me they like to see me in real life. So I didn't. Well, I have a polo shirt right there that I could put on right now, but they like to see. I don't know. That's what they tell me. So, and we've grown a lot.
If I'm not mistaken, you live in Michigan. So why the hell would you ever be doing anything other than what you're doing right now if you're in Florida?
Exactly. So Jeff, what do you do? Tell us about yourself a little bit.
I am a venture capitalist down here we're headquartered in Miami. We have offices. We have a small office in Guatemala City, a small office in London, small office in Spain, small office in Israel.
Got it. Now, How long ago did you start the firm?
I did. Yeah, it's my firm. I started it in 2017. Before that, I was a senior executive at Merrill Lynch, and I retired from that in 2016 to start this firm.
And what kind of ventures are you invested in? Is it small? Is it private equity? What kind of sizes are you doing?
Well, when you say sizes, you mean the checks that we write?
Check size, yeah.
Yeah, we'll write checks from anywhere from $1 million to $20 million. I mean, we just did a deal 2 Fridays ago at the SLS here in Miami with a founder, and that deal will be $50 million. That'll be the largest deal we've ever done.
What industry?
That is a fintech. So we lean in basically on 8 different verticals that we focus in on, but fintech is a big one. Obviously, coming from Wall Street, it's one of my lean-ins, if you will.
And that's where your passion lies. So any investments that you've made that are, what were you going to say?
You're breaking up a little bit, Jason. What's that?
Any investments that you've made that are public now?
They have not gone public yet.
No. Not public markets. Public, like that you can talk about. Anything you can talk about that you've made.
Well,
that's the last one. You didn't say the name, so that's why I'm assuming you can't talk about it.
No. That company's called TradeShift. It's a huge fintech play. If you don't know about it, you should check it out. Leading in their space. I can talk about all of them actually, Jason.
Wait, talk more about that one.
TradeShift. Yeah. So what they do is basically procurement between supply chains and the end consumer. So think of it like let's say you're Bose Stereo and you are supplying radios to General Motors, Ford, etc. TradeShift does all of the invoicing, all of the money back and forth, all the wiring, takes care of everything soup to nuts. And they do it for, really, to be honest with you, the who's who of any company, in Fortune 500 or whatever it might be. Huge company. It's valued right now at about $2.5 billion. We anticipate taking it public second quarter 2021. I personally, my humble opinion, $5 billion to $10 billion is where she'll roll in at.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty sweet, Jeff. What are some other ones? And what's your VC name? I know your name, like Jeff Ransdell, but is the fund your last name? What?
No, the fund is Fuel Venture Capital.
Aaron, we put the link in the chat, please, so you can see it. So if what you did, they already put it. Okay, cool. Let me put your Twitter name. So if someone's listening right now, should they? Why should they reach out to you, or what kind of companies should reach out to you if they're listening right now, Jeff?
Well, I think, if there are founders that are listening right now and they're looking, for, venture capital money, if they're at that stage where, venture capital or institutional money is something that they're going to be, looking at or can take, then, reach out to us. That'd be great. If you have investors who, I think your show is largely focused on the public markets, and you are smart to have conversations like this one with me. But if you have investors on the call that are looking for access to owning companies before they get to the stock market, then give us a call. I mean, that's really what we do. We our LPs, our limited partners are typically, the only way you can get in our fund is if you know someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows us. So now you know us. So that's how you gain access. It's kind of a VIP table.
No, I love it, and I love the name Fuel Venture Capital. Provide fuel to it. I have a domain name, Ignite It, and the whole idea is like ignite what you're building. I don't use it for anything, but I love the name Fuel Venture Capital. And so
there's a marijuana company called Ignite. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. Dan Branzerian,
Bill Zeri. Yes, I was at his Valentine's party. Can you believe that?
Well, I can believe it. I bet it was a hell of a party.
It was. I went there, I'm a media guy. It's actually pretty funny. They had some YouTube celebrities, and there's a YouTube video of one of the celebrities doing a 10-minute thing, and you see me walking around holding my iPhone, just taking video. Let's just say that, okay? I look like the biggest nerd ever. I was just taking video. Yeah. I'll send you the clip one day. It is Ignite. Yes, I know people are gonna now say a lot of stuff about Ignite, but yes. Hey, Jeff, I actually tried to sell the domain Ignite it to Dan. And he said people don't care about domains anymore, he said, because you can just search stuff. So he didn't want it. That's what he told me.
I disagree with that. But anyway, that's his loss.
I know. Yeah. I agree. I agree with you too. And so what are some other startups or that you're excited about that Fuel Venture Capital is invested in?
Well, I've got you know what SAR technology is?
Which one? Say again.
Do you know what SAR technology is? Do you know what that means?
I think so, but make sure you tell me.
Yeah. Bottom line is, I'll give you the quick dirty on this. If I know the chemical makeup of wood, of cement, of steel, doesn't matter what it is, I can use computers to dissipate the image and look through it. So when you take that technology and you apply it to a microsatellite, which basically skates on the surface of the planet, you can take very, very good imaging, less than 5 meters. And if I had, for example, the coordinates of where you are right now, I would be able to tell you what color shorts you're wearing, if you have shoes on, if you have sandals on. If I knew the coordinates of your house, I could tell you how many boxes of cereal are in your damn kitchen. That's a really big company that we own a big piece of, and we're taking. Well, it should be going public here in the next 6 months. I can't really get into it, but it's amazing.
That seems too amazing.
Yeah, it's an incredible company. It's one of our it's in our space tech play, but that one's, again, we're talking 5-6 months now, and it'll be rolling out into the public market. So that's a big one. It's called Predisar and Terran Orbital.
Okay,
both public companies at the moment.
All right. Okay, I like that. Now we're going to go to a next phase of next phase of this interview about how you got to where you got. But before we do that, we got to show you our next our graphic. Hold on. This is how we introduce him. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, Jeff, you like it? Jeff Ransdell
here. I like it a lot.
Fuel Venture Capital. Yes. This is what we do. I mean, Benzinga, I don't know if you know us, but a few years ago, you do? Okay. So we're 10, 20 people now. We're about 100 people. We get about 15 million people to our site a month, about 60 million people read us, and we provide content to every major brokerage platform, basically, and that's our business. And it's real. I mean, it's crazy, the growth. It's crazy, and we're only growing because of the people in the audience who are asking questions. So anyway, Jeff,
congratulations to you, Jason.
No, thank you. Congratulations to you. And this is where we're going to go more about you. How did you get to where you got? How did you not just work at Merrill Lynch, but then have a passion for venture capital and then pursue that? Most people, they're stuck at not stuck, but they're a financial advisor, wealth manager. They stay in that because you can make very good income. You get your AUM, you make very good income. So love to hear your background that brought you to Merrill Lynch, and then where you are and how you got to where you got. So let's hear that.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good point that you brought up. I mean, you can get really comfortable doing whatever it is that you're doing. And, I just got to this point in my career where, I've always been big on technology. I was a private investor in venture capital while I was at Merrill in the public markets. It became very obvious to me, my humble opinion, that, technology was democratizing, information, and that it was going to have a significant effect on the public markets. And that the real wealth, again, my humble opinion, but the real wealth creation is found in the private markets. It's found by hunting incredible founders. Technology is changing everything. It's not going away. I think if anything that COVID did, it proof sourced that thesis. And so I decided, instead of looking in the mirror every morning and kind of questioning myself, I decided to, take a bold move, get the hell, take the needle of opium out of my arm that they were kind of pumping in there for 20 some years, and get myself extremely uncomfortable and build out this firm. And my whole idea with building out this firm was that I wanted to provide private clients, investors, access to these companies, because if you don't know someone who don't know someone who don't know someone, to get to know someone like myself, you can't get access to this stuff. I was at Merrill Lynch, and, you don't talk about venture capital at a Merrill Lynch, UBS, or a Smith Barney. You just don't do that. So it was very frustrating to me, and I wanted to try and make a difference. And that's why I am where I am now.
Okay, so no, that's awesome. Now, our predecessor, this one that you were talking about, is that the main one that you're talking about that you invested in that can do all this like crazy radar technology type stuff?
Yeah, that's Predecessor. Yeah, it's actually two companies. You have a data play in Predecessor, which is providing data to the three-letter agencies in the United States. The customers are all government type. All the three-letter agencies buy the data, and we just supply them with the data. And then Terran Orbital is a microsatellite manufacturing company that gives us the ride to space.
Got it. Okay, so are they going to merge, or are they going to be separate? You own parts of both.
I own parts of both, and it is one company. So Terran Orbital is the mothership, and then underneath that's about 100 other companies inside of the space ecosystem.
And by the way, I did not know this SAR technology until you explained it. I thought it was something else, but it's not. I mean, it seems so unbelievable. Is there a way to demo it or see it at all? Like, it seems like almost too good to be true.
There's some different places on the web that you can, if you Google SAR technology, you can get some demos and whatnot. I think there's a good one where it's looking at the Wynn Hotel in Las Vegas. You can see right through it. I think it's a great one to use as an example.
Wow.
But our technology is actually better than what you see on that demo. A lot better.
Is this company still raising money?
It is not right now. No, it's actually about 2 hours ago just signed a letter of intent for a SPAC roll-up.
Got it. Okay. All right. You may need some Benzinga money in it. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you never know. Call me later when I can actually talk about it.
Yep. No, I hear you. Any companies that we haven't talked about that you think the active traders here or listeners would want to hear about?
Well, but you got to understand, in my world, active traders can't get access to this stuff. My world is all about finding companies, curating those companies to someday give them to all these active traders. So everything I'm in, my friend, right now, I have very little public market stocks anymore in my portfolio. It's all private equity.
So I'm getting a question in the chat. Maybe we got some big spenders, Jeff. They want to know if you're taking money from LPs, and if you are, what is the minimum entrance fee? That's what they're asking.
So every smart general partner like myself always keeps VIP shares to the side. So I do have some shares that I can issue out. Our minimum commitment size is $1 million.
So guys, if you want to get a hold of Jeff and I see they paid me money to ask you that question, just so you know. Like I swear to God, because I didn't ask it first because I didn't think they really needed it, and then the guy paid like a YouTube fee, not much, but
nice.
So if you created the Benzinga ETF, yeah, that'd be cool too. This guy says create a Benzinga ETF to get access to some of these ventures. It would be great. I agree. So what's your email, or what email can they reach out to if they want to potentially get further information about investing, or if you want to talk? I know you don't take any random investors, so what's a good reach out email to get a hold of someone?
I'll tell you, here's two great ways to follow what we're doing. So my email is jeff@fuelventurecapital.com. Okay, that's my email. If you want to follow what we're doing, we do an incredible job on Instagram. My handle on Instagram is Jeff Ransdell VC. And you can also see a lot of what we're doing on our Instagram for the firm, which is Fuel Venture Capital. And it will give you a really good taste of all of our portfolio companies. But these are incredible companies that are absolutely changing the verticals that they're in right now. Fintech, space, robotics. Our robotics company is one of the top 3 robotics companies in the world. Doing a lot of amazing things during COVID for people. For example, if you have a grandmother or whatnot that's been in an assisted living, facility or something like that, they haven't been able to have visitors. You haven't been able to leave. Our robots can go in there and you can actually sit at the table, have dinner with your grandmother, watch a movie with your grandfather, whatever it might be. I mean, we're involved in cutting edge, amazing technologies, and soon or later they'll end up in your world, and people will be able to buy them, in the public markets. But today they're private. You got to know someone who knows someone to get access to them.
So I guess I have one more question. are you doing the fundraising per deal, or is it a set fund? Are you doing like an SPV per deal, or is it a set fund that you have?
Jason, it's a good question. We have a fund, so you come into the fund, you get diversified amongst the 25 companies. But then what we do, which is I think very unique because our investors have asked us to do it, which is we will allow our investors to co-invest. So they can go into specific SPVs for companies that they also have high conviction for. It's a really, really great value add from our perspective, because you get to come in and take advantage of all of our work. And we do a lot of financial engineering. So our investors usually come in significantly lower than the street price on any deal that we do.
Got it. Okay. No, that's because a lot of people will do one-off deals, but no, that works. So that's how, if they're in the fund, they get bigger access to these other deals. Okay. So you guys got.
If you're a part of the family, you get special treatment.
Okay. I like that. So you guys got Jeff's email, jeff@fuelventurecapital.com, on Instagram, Jeff Ransdell, VC, I think. If that's not right, I know it's in the chat a million times, so they'll get it right. Jeff Ransdell, VC. I see you have in that thing. Now, if I see you tonight, maybe I'll look a little different, but say hi. I don't know if I'm gonna stay with my. What'd you say?
I said I for sure will. If you see me, make sure you come up.
Yeah, because I think we're gonna do like at 8 o'clock. I think, or unless my son convinces me to not go. We'll see. I have like a. We'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. But all right. Well, it was good. It was good having you on. We would love to have some of your portfolio companies come on and have you whenever. I mean, we go all day from 8 a.m. to about 5 p.m. and soon we'll be going 24 hours. So.
Well, and Jason, if you want to, I'll offer this up to you. Since you're down here in Florida, if you want to come down and broadcast out of our HQ, it's an incredible place. You'd have a hell of a lot of fun. You're welcome anytime. Just let me know.
Why couldn't you tell me that on Monday?
Well, I didn't know you on Monday, my friend.
I know. We'll do it. I'll rain check it this time. Maybe I'll do it when I come back in a week and a half. So we'll rain check it this time because I'm leaving tomorrow because I coach a flag football team. We have a game Sunday, or else I'd be staying another week. I would be staying another week if that wasn't the case.
There would be no reason for you to go out. I always say I don't know why anyone ever leaves Miami, or you're in Aventura, but I don't go that far north. I don't go that far north. I'm a Miami snob.
The reason that I'm in Aventura is I have 3 kids, 11, 9, and 4. And if you look behind me, or I'll just move it. There's water slides like over there. Do you see them? I don't know. I don't know if you see them. There's big water slides, and so for kids, like there's nothing better, and it's still a nice hotel. It's not too, you see the water slides up there?
I do.
So that is what I mean. Yes, I like to be in Miami more than where I'm at here, but with the slides. It keeps the kids happy, and if the kids are happy, you know what they say.
That's exactly right. So Engineered babysitting.
You got it right, my man.
That's right.
All right, Jeff. Maybe I'll see you tonight. Thank you for coming on. Hopefully you'll come on. I know. Yep, appreciate it, and enjoy the Soho House, man.
All right, take care.
Right. Yep, you too. Thank you, man. Yep. So that was Jeff Ransdell. He's doing real deals, real investments. I know there's a lot of people who are posers on Instagram, Twitter, but this guy's not. This guy's a guy doing deals. Reach out to him. It's raining, by the way. It's raining outside. I'm in like a cabana thing. It's raining out there. I'm going to get tomorrow in a second, all right? I'm going to get tomorrow in a second, okay? I appreciate the persistence on Mara, and we will talk about it in 1 second, all right, guys? I appreciate your passion. I appreciate you guys staying here. We're going to talk some stocks. I got to do just one quick thing. Don't leave me. I got to do one quick thing. Please don't leave, okay?
Let's get ready to rumble!
ZingerNation jam-packed show today. Peloton up 5%.
What's up, disciplined investor?
We got Benzinga CEO Jason Raznick here with us.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Nash.
Peter Schiff on the Power Hour with us live today. Interesting, different, unique, innovative companies. Mia, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Jessica Billingsley is the CEO of Aperna. The best trade idea resource out there.
Okay, so I'm back. We're here, And so you guys are asking about Mara, and it's good to ask. It's good to ask. It's definitely a company that we need to talk about right now. And I didn't want to talk about it when I had a guest on, guys. I really wanted to talk about it when it was just you and I in this room, okay? No interruptions. We're going to talk about Mara. We're going to talk about, yes, Mercurio. Can you play the stocks names inside the chart? Please, it's hard to read the name if you're watching the show in the phone. I agree with you. Mercurio, we're on that, okay? And also, Mercurio, you know what I would appreciate? We're doing all this free. We're not spending, we don't, and everyone else is for you all to go to swag.benzinga.com right now, to go swag.benzinga.com and pick up a piece of an item of clothing. You know, there's Caesar here. He's working his butt off trying to build a store here. He's really trying hard. And yes, it would help if I was wearing the swag as well, but Caesar won't give me any swag. I don't know. But we'd really, really appreciate if you'd go pick up one item from the store. That's what helps pay the bills. I mean, Caesar is looking for work here, and we're trying to make it happen. So while I'm talking about Mara, Voyager, Riot Blockchain, I think it's important that we support the swag.benzinga.com. And I know you don't have to. I know you can just sit here and not go click on it. I know, because there's no one watching you. You know, but the things that you do when people aren't watching you are what's remembered in this world. It's like integrity is what you do when people aren't watching you. I'm asking you in return for me going into these stocks and giving you these guests for you guys to help us out in some area, okay? Zynga.com. I really, really would appreciate it if you guys can go click on that right now and pick up an item. If it's not for you, buy 2 items. Buy it for your mom. Buy it for your sister. Buy it for your brother. Buy it for your daughter. Buy it for your cousin. Buy it for your friend. Whatever you guys can do. Would appreciate content and health and wellness. Tips for managing stress. Exercise the comments. Okay. All right. So yes, Will S. Are you saying you wanna do the wellness show? I can tell. Predecessor is watching me. That's a good point. K20 SAMS. If I was at home right now, I would send you a $20 Amazon gift card. That's the joke of the day. I go, integrity is what you do when no one's watching. And he just goes, sorry. We are going to be on TV. Okay. I need more. We need more business development people. We need more business development people on our team. People that are hustlers that will go and make deals that don't need Luke to teach them everything. We need more BD people on our. Wait, I just heard someone said it looks like I have a green screen behind me. I don't have a green screen behind me. Do you guys want me to change my background? All right, I'll change my background. Hold on. I'm going to change my background. Hold on. Can you guys time out? We'll change my background real quick because you guys are calling me out that I have a green screen. I don't have a green screen. I go to the scene for you. Hold on. Telling you I have a green screen. Come on. All right, now I'm in the sun because of you guys telling me I have a green screen. That was not cool. All right, so let's talk Mara. Let's talk healthcare, and let's go there, okay? So, no, you guys didn't move. So, Mara, Riot, Voyager. You guys, you're not betting on the fundamentals of the company right now. You're betting, and I think you know this, on crypto going up, okay? You're betting on crypto going up. You're betting on the alternative of Bitcoin going up. You're betting on Ethereum going up, okay? That is the first thing I want to say. Now, if you say that seems so obvious, no, it's not necessarily obvious because you can make an argument that if Mara becomes, a bigger exchange, you can make an argument that if it's a bigger exchange, they can start trading stocks. All that stuff is real. That is not good green. I'm not on a green screen. Flag 85. He says I'm using a green screen. I'm really not. Do you want me? I guess I'll turn my view again. All right. I was on this view, but I'll turn my view. Okay, we'll go this way. All right. Now no green screen. So you're betting on those. Oh wait. Oh, in 2 minutes. I'm out of here in 2 minutes. I gotta be quick. So you guys have to understand, Riot Blockchain was a biotech way back when. And it was the subject of Mark Cuban's activist research company that would find fraud in companies, and it got killed. Riot blockchain went from $7 to $1 back in the day, about 2 years ago. I remember it like it was yesterday. And so what I am saying to you guys, is these stocks, Riot, Mara, Voyager, Bitcoin's at 55,000, and I don't see Bitcoin stopping right now. I don't see a plummet to 40. I believe it's going to get to 60, 60, 70, and then maybe slow down. I don't think Mara, Riot, or Voyager right now are going to settle down. Now, I am biased, guys. I'm biased, and I want you guys to know that. I don't own Riot. Riot is RIOT. It's RIOT. Yes, the ticker, I'm sorry. I'm not giving you a ticker, Lucifer. Lucifer, you're really on me today. RIOT, Mara's MARA, Voyager, like VYG. Just type it in, Voyager. Voyager Digital. I own Voyager, and I own Bitcoin, and I own Ethereum, and I own a bunch of USDC and stablecoin. But I'm being cut off in 1 minute, guys. So we have a way better host than me coming up next. Way better. Anthony, I got out of Torchlight, and I didn't buy the dip. Should I be in Torchlight still? I mean, I have a little bit of Torchlight, but I remember I had a huge position, and I went down on it, and it got killed. So I don't blame those guys. They're in that stock. So I'm going to look at Torch. I did make some more trades this week. If I come back on at 3, I'll tell you the trades I made, and then and I think they'll do well. And I still own BTN. If you guys know BTN, I'm a big investor in BTN and GAN and all that. But we have a way better show coming up. I'm going to open the window just to say hi for a second. Can I open the window? Mazzy, are you okay with that? She says yes. Mazzy, what do we have coming up?
Hi, we have Options Advantage coming up.
And anything in particular you're going to talk about?
I'm liking PLTR. I'm liking NVIDIA. We're going to talk about how to scalp options contracts, all that good stuff.
All right, that is awesome. You're awesome, and you guys, if you're not learning from her, you're at a loss. I mean, this is free education, and Mazzy, we so appreciate you doing this because you're so good, and you don't have to do this. You don't have to. You know that. So we so appreciate it. I think you like doing it. People say I'm on vacation. Why am I doing this? Because this is vacation to me. I like doing this, and I like doing it, and I think we're all like, I don't know. I don't think we always have to have the perfect setup. I think we can just talk if we have a passion. Say what you're passionate about. Okay, I'm going to take you off for 1 second, Mazzy. I'm going to answer one last question, and then I'm going to transfer it to you. Cool?
Sounds good.
All right, guys, on the health, wellness, anxiety stuff, yes, Monday, we're going to spend 10 minutes talking about that. But anxiety, mental health is something I'm fervently, it's important to me because when I started Benzinga, I had as much anxiety as you could ever imagine. I'd wake up at 3 a.m. shaking from anxiety, shaking. My body was shaking from anxiety. And so that stuff that I did, things that I learned is so important. And I'm lucky to be here today. And so, and I appreciate you all. And I appreciate everyone contributing to this effort to change the way financial information is delivered. Someone like Mazzy does not have to come on here and do this, but she wants to change the game. Is she going to get it all right? No. Am I going to get it all right? Absolutely not. So, but we're doing our best to teach, educate, and that's it. So, and you say chill on the coffee, bro. Joel, I'm bored, man. I've been out a lot, and I want to get here, and I only have 14 seconds left. So I have to say a lot in a short amount of time. So feel free to watch me on YouTube on delay if that's better. I apologize. But we'll talk about that stuff on Monday, Devanshu. I can't take any longer. I'm cutting to Mazzy's time, and she's a busy person, so I don't want to do that. All right. Send the screenshots to powerhour@benzinga.com if you send to your broker that you want Benzinga news. All right. I'm transferring to Mazzy. See you guys later. Have a great day.